Former employees of the Ghana Society for Physically Disabled Persons working with tolls and routes management have petitioned President Akufo-Addo over what they say is your unlawful dismissal and inappropriate transfer of their colleague workers. Speaking at a conference, leader of the association, Ella Ameto, accused their former employers of using dubious means to expel them from work. According to him, the situation has had a negative impact on them, thus making their life unbearable. James Eshan has more in this report.
Persons living with disability have been abandoned in one way or the other without proper care.
Ella Ameto speaks for the persons with disability working at the toll booth. The group has over 20 members who are now out of work after being fired by Tolls and Routes Management Limited, a private company that regulates tolls in Ghana. The company has been handed a government contract to take tolls on major roads and has since 2017 employed physically challenged people to work with. But since December 2020, some of them have been sent home.
Since November 2020, the Minister of Roads and Highways, Mr. Honorable Kwesi Amwakwata, ordered for the closure of the Kubiasi toll station for maintenance and assured we the PWDs for constant payment of salary for 3 months. Mr. President, we are here to receive that assurance. We approached the company Tolls and Route Management Limited through the Ghana Federation of the Disabled, GFD, and the response we had from the company was, we are not their employees, which was heartbreaking news to us.
He's asking the president to step in and get jobs back.
President, there has never been a time in Ghana's history where persons living with disability or PWD were considered like this before. We really appreciate your strength, your thoughts of giving us this job, but it will be very historical if this job, which is currently on contract base, can be made permanent for persons with disability and also being paid through the controller and accountant general so that our lives can change for a better. Press we are holding right now, we know the president, His Excellency, PWDs are very dear to his heart. If we get to him, we know he's going to take an action. If not, there's a plan B, a demonstration.
James Ishan's report for Joy News.
We're joined on phone now by the General Manager for Tolls and Route Management Limited, Samuel Abra AJ, to tell us more on this. Now, how do you respond to the claims made against your company by the workers of the Society for Physically Disabled Persons?
Good morning to you and to all your viewers as well. It's rather unfortunate that we still have to go through these issues that some ex-members or PWDs that we used to work with, have been raising. These issues are not current issues. I think some of these started last year, and we've gone through several processes, even with the Ministry of Roads and Highway, Ghana Highway Authority, and the Federation of Persons with Disability to address some of these. The first point that I would like to talk about is the persons with disability. We don't have, it's not any targeted thing that we are doing to lay them off. That is not so, but that is the view that is being portrayed out there. Currently, as we speak, we have about 190 persons with disability at our toll stations, and we have about 19 of them that we are running. And this number has increased from 165 that when we took over. So when someone says somewhere and say, oh, we are rather decreasing or sending them home, I mean, that is not the truth about it. I always tell people that we have PWDs that are excellent at some of our toll stations, and we are proud of them. And some of them, we actually even use them as task force members when we have to go and audit other places or want to go and see what is happening at other stations. What we do is we take a whole team to, let's say, we choose a particular station. we put a new set of toll workers, let's say the collectors at the booth, just to see the performance. So those are the things that we do in order to advise us on even setting targets or knowing what is reasonable at the stations. As we are a private organization, we also working with targets from the government. We're not just doing this on our own. So there are targets that we also have to meet. And these are based on history, what each stations are capable of making, and also with equipment that are installed at the stations to help us generate these targets. So it's not a matter of giving them high targets that they cannot achieve. And even when at places where there are targets that cannot be achieved, we assess the situation. So we look at, let's say, what particular incident happened. Let's say it rained or there was an accident, so maybe affected the revenue. So those ones, we know that, okay, this particular date, because of these incidents, they cannot achieve their target. No problem. It's not an issue. And when we go through all these management issues, it's not just to PWDs. It's not like we are up and just sending PWDs away. Most of the issues that have been raised started from last year when we had lockdown during the COVID period, and most of our workers couldn't come to work because they lived far away from the stations. So they would tell us that, well, because of the checkpoint, we couldn't report to work. So after the lockdown was lifted, we decided to try to post people closer to their stations where they work. So that is what was done, to take people closer to where they work, so that it wouldn't have to be another issue where there's another lockdown, which we don't know, that people cannot come to work.
All right.
So those were the issues that we've been faced with.
Okay, so quick one. I want to understand: do these people who have been expelled stand a chance of being employed again, or that's it for them?
The people who have been let go, I think they are one piece, not the other. There are some people who were not putting their maximum best. They had shortages during their work period. They had shortages. And usually, if you have a shortage, you work in the shortage, you have to pay, just like a banking system. You have to recover that. So people were given a chance. But you have, let's say, workers whose shortages were way above their salaries.
All right.
So if you give them maybe 6 months, it will be difficult for them to pay. Those ones, maybe we have to replace them. And what we do is, if a PWD is let go, we replace them with another PWD.
Another PWD. All right.
Yeah, because we have the relationship with the federation. So there are a lot of lists of people, waiting lists, who also want that opportunity.
All right.
So if you come to work with us, and let's say for one reason that you can help us to achieve our target, then maybe we will try another person who can do that.
All right.
And this is done through all the state, and it's not just targeted toward the PWDs. This is done with all the able workers as well.
Thank you.
But I can say that it's more of the able workers that we've actually sent home than the PWDs. The PWDs is just a small fraction that we've let go.
Thank you very much, Samuel Abreje. Samuel Abreje is General Manager for Tolls and Routes Management Limited.